Alrighty. So, hello everyone. Welcome to our second webinar, which is external share for Confluence. Uh, really appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to join us uh, as we kick this thing off. So, a little bit about me. I am Jamel. I am the Strategic Alliance Director and Business Growth Manager here at Warsaw Dynamics. I've been here for almost 8 months now, and I am loving every second of it. Uh, I have a SPC background as well too, and I've also been a head of partners for one of our old companies, Old Street Solutions. Who is Warsaw Dynamics? So Warsaw Dynamics was founded in 2017 in Warsaw, Poland, by two of our former Samsung developers, Krzysztof and Camille, who's currently on the call right now. Born with a deep understanding of real life Atlassian problems and wanting to have uh, a solution to solve those issues is where it has gotten us where we're at today. Um, so yeah, you can look us up at warsawdynamics.com and check out some more of information about us. Those of you who are trying external share for the first time or are currently trialing an evaluation at the moment, we understand that sometimes 30 days is not long enough to trial a app. So you can feel free to reach out to us through VA support ticket desk and submit a request saying that you would like an extension, and we will try to accommodate you with providing you with the right proper promo code or sending you through the Atlassian support if you are a customer who is on an annual billing. We'll be happy to help support. The webinar agenda for today, we're going to be talking about what is external share for Confluence, use case examples, a demonstration, Q&A session. We're going to have a feedback and roadmap overview for you to take a look at, and then talk about our next event schedule going into Q1 of 2025. So this is our last webinar for the year, and then we'll be back picking back up sometime next year. Alrighty, guys. So let's get started. So, what is external share? External share is for Confluence is the standalone app that allows teams to securely share specific Confluence pages with external stakeholders, with granting them full access of organization's entire Confluence instance. And this doesn't only have to be specifically for external stakeholders. This could also be for departments within the same instance. So, if you have a sales department that's working, collaborating with the HR department, or you have a IT department that's coordinating with, a team of project management, this could be anything for them. If you're working with contractors, this is also where external share for Confluence comes handy in. Some of the key benefits to using external share for Confluence is you get that full secure sharing access, putting permissions around, comments, editing pages, sharing child pages. You can put password protections around it and give it that extra cushion where you can feel secure when it comes to sharing information. Streamlined collaborations, so you get full visibility and also improved visibility and feedback from clients. So you get that you get to build full transparency with not only the person that you're collaborating with, but everyone around you within the organization. Um, you get live updates on when things are changing to a specific page. Um, and so forth. So in creating that visibility and transparency is very important for us. And then customizable sharing options, which I've stated with the secure sharing, which is being able to add that extra layer of password protection Also putting expiration dates around it, being able to paper trail tracking for your Jira admins who are running maybe a 6 month or a quarterly audit, and they need to see that information of who's sharing what information. Okay. So one of the use cases that we're going to take a look at today is a tech leading company, which has a large software development company and the workforce of around 20,000 employees. The company often collaborates with external partners, stakeholders on various projects, including, like software development, quality assurance, marketing, and customer support. And most times, given the size of the organization, managing project visibility and communication can be challenging. You might have users from a different country. You might have people that don't speak the same language. It could be a time difference. Um, it could play a part into how holidays are between both teams. There's a lot of things that can cause a lot of miscommunication that can be challenging for a company for an organization like tech leading. Um, and to simplify the collaboration, they had decided to take a look into how they can use external share for Confluence and the features that will actually benefit them. So the objective that we're facing with is how do we facilitate collaboration with external partners by sharing specific pages, enhancing project transparency for stakeholders without compromising any security or internal processes, and then also improve efficiency and project management by enabling real-time updates and communication with external participants, which will also go with you. So some of the we have here who will participate is like a stakeholder. So you have internal teams such as like your development or your QA or marketing or even your project management. Let's say for your external teams, you're collaborating with a partner organization or freelancer or even consultants. And then with your stakeholders, you're working with clients, investors, external auditors, CEOs, top executives, and this is the information that you are looking to share that information with um, when it comes to collaboration. So we're gonna jump right into a demonstration, and I'm just gonna quickly share my screen now. And as you can take a look here, this is my Confluence instance. Doesn't have much on here, but I've created some use case scenarios when it talks about sharing those collaborations. How do we facilitate collaboration with external partners? How do we build transparency for the stakeholders without compromising on our security and internal processes? And then real time updates and communication with external participants. So right here, this is a typical for a big organization. You need to have an employee guideline document that you can keep in your Confluence page, and feel free to share it internally or with external users as you choose to. So here we already have everything typed up. Uh, your document page, it could be simple, it could be basic. You're just keeping everything inside Confluence. So from here, we have this little external share button right here in the top right hand corner. So once you've already installed that on the Atlassian Marketplace, uh, and everything is all set, you'll be able to see this icon logo up here in the top right hand corner. So here you get a little box that pops up. This is kind of like your external share page tracker. So if you are creating multiple different links that are being sent out to different people, you kind of get to see an overall a report on all your listing links of if they're active or if they've expired. Um, You'll have the link name, a password with along with the expiration date if you chose to save one, what the link status is. If there's we have some other options that I will go through with you, and then some actions of some next steps. So right here, we're just gonna go ahead and click external share for the link. And then here you have your basic URL, which you can share it with most people. We encourage you to share it through via email, whether you're using Slack, maybe Microsoft Teams, or even uh, through some sort of chain communication that you have within your internal system, right? If you choose to use this as a public link as well too, you can also click the link and share it as a public link. Some people do for documentation, for example, like if you're pushing out a news article from your organization and you would like to share that information with those people and you can advertise it right on your website, you can use this as a public link as an example, where they can just proofread the document that you choose as a public link. So it's totally up to you. From here, you can change the link name. You can also add a description if you choose to. Um, we have some few options that you can play around with when it comes to what you want to share and how you want to build that transparency within your team, right? So here you can add comments, you can view comments, you can also add some attachments. You can also allow the other person or people, whether it's a team or just an individual, to make edit changes on the actual document itself. You can view page history. You can also share child pages. Now, sharing child pages is really great because then you can tag labels on those pages and share what documents you would like to share from those child from that parent page, right? And we'll walk through that in a little brief second. For here, we also have some security. So again, adding that extra layer on top when it comes to protecting certain information and not compromising what your internal processes can look like. So here you can set links with expiration dates and time. You can also have a password protection. If you choose to generate up your own one, we automatic generate it for you, and you can literally just copy and paste that down, and then share it with whoever is going to be having access to this as well. Selected users, so you can share if you choose to share this link with only specific users, like maybe you might have a team that you want to share this information with. You can easily just type in their information, their email address, and just simply just type it in. And then also from email domains. So this is very important for all of the users who are using a tech leading .inc or .com domain email address. They will be able to share this within anyone within the instance by simply just adding the domain, and everyone who comes across this link is able to open that information. We also have some other things like activities. So again, showing you kind of like a paper trail of what links were currently registered to this Confluence page, what the status is, how many times it was open, who it was created by, and also user, email, name, etc., etc. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just kind of create some modifications around this page of the tech leading that I would like to share with you guys and be able to add different things like comments and stuff like that. So from here, um, if I go take a look at this page and I just do a copy URL. If I open the page, it just looks like this. There's nothing I can't do. I do have this subscribe watch feature, but I'll go through that in a little bit later. But the page looks super basic, just like your average Confluence page. Um, but I want to be able to, share and add comments with people. I want to be able to, set some permissions, password protection, etc. around this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back to our edit. And what I want to do is be able to add comments and view comments. I want to be able to add attachments if I choose to. And then I'm going to click on here. I'm just going to change the name to external share webinar. And then what I also want to do is I want to put a password around this link as well too, and only share it with you guys so that way you guys can have comments, can add comments to the page if you choose to participate. I don't need to go in and add selected users. I think I could save that for another time for another video. But what I will do is click on save, and then I will share the URL link with you guys in the chat, and you guys should be able to open that if you just type in simple the Warsaw Dynamics, and if you guys can write a test or I receive your message, um, that would be great. So that way when I do go ahead and click over here to open the page, I come right directly to my to my password protection page, and then if I just enter the password from here, then I can actually see that now I can actually upload a file, or I can also write my own comment with a test and click save. And then there I go. I have my comment already here on the page. Now, the good thing about this as well is when you are opening a link that is being shared with you. So this is great for, partners or contractors or anyone that's outside of the instance. If you do share a link with them and they do decide to open a page, they have the opportunity of being able to subscribe to watch the page. So therefore, they'll actually get the real live updates on if anything changes, if there's a comment that was being added, if there was an attachment that was added, or anything, if the page was edited. Um, they will be able to click on the subscribe button and then click on the dashboard. And all they have to do is just go to the activity and be able to see that they've now subscribed to the external share webinar, and when it was created that they decided to subscribe to the page. So it makes it very easy, gives them full transparency, and keeps them in the loop of what's going on with this specific page, right? If we go down here for my tech leading for people that are totally into product road mapping, agile transformation, safe, those kind of things like that. Um, you can actually create the Confluence page. So it's not all about you having to create all the documentation that you currently have in your system. You can simply just create a Confluence page by simply just using a quick template that you might already have on handy, and use that as on a Confluence page, and still be able to use that information by sharing it securely with external share. So if I show you an example here, I have a product roadmap, which is typically used for safe or agile transformation with uh, teams and project managers trying to push products out faster on a regular basis. So here, I can take the same thing as long as I have the Confluence page already set up. I can instantly just create a new external link. Again, add some permissions around it, edit some pages, view page status, etc., etc., create security around it, and I'm already good to go. Now, let me show you what it looks like when it goes to creating a external share link, but only specifically wanting to share a child page, a specific child page that is private, and then versus sharing a specific child page that is public. So for here right now, I'm working with tech leading, which is this is a high security risk documentation. We're playing around with around $30 million. So right here, this is a document that, let's say I'm a stakeholder working with a client, and I'm getting ready to send this over to the contractors and the team that I'm going to be sending a check to for $30 million that I want this to be actually signed off on. So before I do that, I want to make sure that I have the document already set up, ready to go, and then I want to take a look at my child pages. All right, so I have a child page which is, issuing a payment transfer. Again, I can just use this as a template that's already built into Confluence and be able to share that information using external share. So we'll just use this as a blank check for $30 million as a payment transfer, and then I also have another child page which talks about the milestone mapping. So this is going to be my milestone tracker for at the end of July, because we're going to start in May. At the end of July, I want to execute the steps of, where we're at as far as the timeline. Are we meeting expectations? Are we losing momentum? And do we need to have a huddle, or are all teams working together to get this project lifted off the floor? Right. So for here with this page, this milestone roadmap, I want to make this as a external page label, because anyone who I share this information or share this link with that has the access to it, I want them to be able to see the child page of the milestone roadmap of what we're doing, what we're executing, what's the project goal, etc. Now, for the $30 million check that I'm going to be issuing, let's say over to the the actual company itself, I want this to only be for internal use only. I don't want anyone else to be able to see that information unless I choose to allow them to. So if I go back to my tech leading risk document, and then I go here and I click on the external share um, for Confluence, and then click on the link. I will leave this link here, but I'm going to just go ahead and create a new link. So we're going to call this our high risk documentation page. We're going to click to add and view comments. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn on the share child page button. And I only want to share child pages with I'm going to say this is going to be just for my specific external users. And then without, I want to do the internal users. Okay. So when I go to click save and I have that documentation from here, I won't put any security or any passwords or anything like that around it. But as you can see here, once I set that page label on that Confluence page, because I labeled this as an external, that I wanted to share this only with the external, share with external. Now you can actually see the child page is actually shared between the parent and the child page of the milestone of which I want to see. And then also me being able to add comments and whatever other permissions that I choose to do around. And then with that, by being able to share that information, that link, um, again, I can simply just subscribe to the page and then share the dashboard where I can see, okay, now I have a new documentation of a new page name, which is subscribed and when it was actually created by. Does anybody have any questions before I move on so far?
Yeah, may I ask one small question about sharing childs? You show the rule with and without. these options are mandatory. I mean, I need to fill in both, or I can fill, for example, just I would like to share with, and I don't fill, for example, without. It will work or not? It,
Correct. So it will work. So if I choose to use this as an example, primarily like I want to share a child page with only internal users, but because the page is labeled with internal user, it will display.
okay, yeah, thank
And
you.
it's the same thing. So it's just adding that extra layer of being able to share and modify what pages you want to show. We used to have pages where you want to show things that are top secret and then only secret, maybe non-secret. So it's based off of how many pages you can have within an organization like tech leading. You can have maybe over maybe a thousands of child pages that you're working on a daily basis, or a whole HR team is working on constantly, right? So they you might have child pages that are specifically for internal use, and you also may have documentation that is for contractors specifically. So if it's under the parent and you have, let's say, 50 documents that are specifically for contractors, as long as you're labeling every page like, okay, this is going to be for our contractors. So that way, when you do use external share to share that information, it would only list the pages that are included with contractor.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. Does anyone else have any questions? Shruti, do you have any questions? I know this is a little bit more
About the
advanced.
cloud, but I don't have any questions as of now. It's good options you're giving in the cloud, the external share. It is, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I apologize that, we don't have more for you as far as the DC goes. Um, can I ask you just one question? Do you guys do have any plans on converting over to the um cloud, or what it would like, do you have a timeline? Is there conversations going around for what your plans are for the next year, etc.?
As of now, we haven't planned for the cloud because we recently moved from the cloud to DC. So I think in future we will move from DC to cloud. So it's not yet decided. I
Okay.
think in next couple of years, I think 3 to 4 years. I'm not sure about the timeline. It
Oh, okay. I mean, if you guys do ever come across and start having conversations on wanting to move over to the cloud, we would be more than welcome to help you uh get installed and get on board when it comes to external share for Confluence. And yeah, and we'll be happy to help you. So if you do have any questions in the future, definitely feel free to reach out to us, we're happy to support.
sure. Thank you.
All right, no problems. So yeah, so that kind of covers a little bit about what you can actually do with the external share for Confluence. What I want to actually do is jump back into uh moving on to next steps, which is our external share for Confluence roadmap of what we currently have planned for you guys coming up in Q1 and for the year of 2025. So currently, right now, we already have page settings improvements, charts improvements, navigation tree improvements, and then we're also supporting dark mode. I know a lot of people have bad eyes, just like me, because the screens are always constantly blaring on you. So we will be introducing that to you, and then also Loom video support. If you guys are not fully aware of what Loom is, you can definitely take a look at the Atlassian. That Loom is a video featuring uh, product that you can now record videos and take your visualization when it comes to graphics and designing and recording videos to another level. So we are happy to be able to share that information. And yes, if you are recording a video on Loom and you are able to upload that video onto a Confluence page, you can use external share to share that information. So it's primarily simple and easy. Currently, what we have in progress is the change version of the Confluence REST API used to retrieve the page data to version 2. Um, Camille, do you mind just kind of explaining a little bit more in just a quick 2 minute on what that's going to look like as far as the performance improvements, etc.?
It's a huge change. We did it because Confluence is deprecating most of the first version REST APIs which we used in our application, and their deadline was beginning of December of this year current month, but they decided to postpone it. But still, we managed to to refactor our code, and now we are using only a second version of Confluence REST API. During this work, we also improved the performance of time loading our shared pages. We also needed to adjust error handling because second version of Confluence REST API worked different than the first version, and that's mostly the thing we did.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks. So also what we have in progress is currently attachment share, new types of shares, and then adding the possibility to share blog posts. So that's currently in progress right now. Going into Q1 for next year, we have quite a few features that are currently on our backlog. We are still reprioritizing this on the based off of the capacity that we have. But if there is a specific feature that you guys, I won't go through all of them. But if there is a specific feature that you guys are currently looking at that would be helpful for your day-to-day operations, please feel free to reach out to us through the support desk. You can take a look at the list now. But yeah, feel free to take a look, send us a support desk ticket, or you can also reach out to me via LinkedIn or via email and let me know that, hey, there's a feature on the backlog that you guys are currently going to be working on. We would really like to experience this or take advantage of how we can actually get this to be moved up the chain. And I'll be more than welcome to kind of help you with that. So this is our current roadmap going into closing out 2024 and then going into 2025. Um, so if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out. For more information, you can also visit us at thewarsawdynamics.com and visit us or you can visit us at the Atlassian Marketplace by scanning the QR code. You can also reach out to me through direct contact. So jharris at warsawdynamics.com. And yes, until next time, I believe our next webinar will be the second week of January. So stay tuned and be on the lookout for our next event. We look forward to having you, and I appreciate your time. And I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday and a Happy New Year. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.